From Brazil to Iran, thousands have gathered to show solidarity with U.S. protests over the killing of George Floyd. He died after a Minneapolis cop kneeled on his neck for nearly 9 minutes. The worldwide events echoed peaceful messages in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. In South America, hundreds of protesters came together outside Rio de Janeiro.
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S. Here's what we know. A Washington state resident fell ill after returning from Wuhan, China, where the outbreak began. Officials now say more than 400 people have been sickened and 9 people have died. The World Health Organization is holding an emergency meeting right now. Kena Whitworth is in Seattle, has the latest for us. Good morning, Kena.
In Israel, there have been protests in Tel Aviv and West Jerusalem against the government's handling of the coronavirus pandemic. Police used water cannon in West Jerusalem to try to disperse the crowds. Israel reimposed restrictions after a surge in cases last week, something that's angered demonstrators. There have been protests for weeks over the economic situation and lockdown measures. There were also chants demanding Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu resign. Harry Fawcett reports now from West Jerusalem.
The capital, Beirut, has been hit by a massive explosion. Dozens of people are said to be injured.
To more than 100 people this morning, it's said to be the most powerful blast ever seen in a city that was nearly destroyed in a 15-year civil war. Officials believe thousands of tons of ammonium nitrate, a fertilizer chemical often used in bombs, was detonated by a burning warehouse full of fireworks. Charlie D'Agata has
raging throughout the state.
That's right. More than 2.25 million acres burned in California this year already.
We have live team coverage tonight. ABC 10's John Bartel, Monica Coleman covering the Bear Fire, which is burning in the Plumas National Forest.
More of those stories in a moment, but we begin with efforts to try to stop the escalating deadly and bloody gun violence in New York City. A 15-year-old boy shot in the back in the Cortona section of the Bronx. It happened this afternoon. We're told he is expected to survive. Cops now looking for 2 suspects. And earlier today, a man was shot and killed in...
The Washington, D.C. mayor unveiled a statement painted down the street leading to the White House. Black Lives Matter. Within 24 hours, Black Lives Matter activists responded with their own message: defund the police. This slogan caught on rapidly among tens of thousands of people protesting police brutality in the United States.
"2020, as you can see from all of the videos in this collage, that 2020 has been a crazy year. There's been buildings combusting in Lebanon, wildfires in Cali, shootings have been surging in New York, people protesting to defund the police. Just so much craziness has been happening in the world. But the good news is that God does exist, and He's allowing all of this to happen so that He can bring us closer to Him, because God is truly the light in this dark world that we live in. So please give your life to God. And even though, this year is still not over and there may be still more events happening this year, but just know that you will be protected if you give your life to God, and you don't have to be afraid. May God bless everyone who sees this video. Thank you.